Now, 2 News Oklahoma Sports.
And welcome into sports on one of those extra special days every single year. And this Bedlam, number 116, about as big as we have ever had, Chris. I mean, Can you feel this?
This is beautiful. This is what college football is all about.
Starting lineup for Oklahoma State being announced. Yep. This crowd is just about delirious. They've got the pom-poms going for the first time in the student section that I've ever seen. Obviously, OU fans, they've seen victories in this series way more than they've had to deal with L's. They come in confident, but not as confident as usual, Chris. This OSU team, especially that defense, something special.
Mike Gundy talked about confidence earlier in the week. This game has been his white whale. Let's just call it what it is. OSU fans, the team, they know the history. History does not matter to anyone tonight. OSU knows this is a game they can go out and win, and you can feel it in the crowd. They know something special can happen tonight.
As we start looking at this matchup, what we're going to be watching from the very start, that Oklahoma State defense, top 5 in the country in so many categories, number 1 in so many important ones like sacks and third down conversions allowed, versus that OU offense, which is not the very best Lincoln Riley's ever had, by no means, but still top 5 or top 10 in the country in a lot of things. Those 2 units on the same field at the same time for 60 minutes, going to be a lot of fun. Let's hear from some of the players and coaches about this matchup tonight.
You know, like we said, it's one of the more experienced defenses that, man, I can remember coaching against maybe in my entire career. You know, it's as you watch them, you don't just see a ton of weaknesses on tape. When people have moved the ball or scored points, people have had to earn it.
Yeah, he's a special talent. You know, he can run around and throw the ball. You know, he's kind of like Nolan Ryan in football. You know, he can fire it down the field from about any release. He's very agile and elusive, faster than what he looks because he takes big strides. And he's willing to just chunk it down the field and try to make plays.
I think we need just a big stack of routine plays out of him. And they certainly don't make that easy. But the more routine plays that he can make, then I think the big ones from him and from other players on our offense will come that way. And honestly, when he's done that, when we've done that as an offense, we've played pretty well.
The history of this rivalry, well known. They've played 115 times. The Sooners have won 90 of them, including the last 6, scoring nearly 50 points per game against the Cowboys since Lincoln Riley arrived back in 2015. The Sooners arrive here today confident, no doubt, but so do the Cowboys.
I would expect to whip their ass, honestly. I don't go into a game thinking otherwise.
Well, I already know what's going to happen. You know, obviously, I'm going to say we're going to win. I got confidence in our team. Yeah, I can already feel it, you know.
No, you can't really dwell on what you've done in the past in any particular situation because every year, every team is different. And, you know, because what you did previously does nothing for you.
If we think that alone is going to allow this team to do that, then we'll be mistaken. You've got a lot of respect for this opponent, and you've got to prepare at a high level. You got to play at a high level. You got to do it in a road venue.
I think that the environment, the atmosphere, the electric feel, for lack of a better term, Saturday night will be a big-time feel.
It is a big-time feel. I've got all the big-time feels. OSU is about a 4-point favorite the last time we checked. That has not been the case very often in this rivalry, but it has happened some in the Mike Gundy era. They've only won once, though. I believe 4 times they've been the favorite. Only 1 time have they actually been able to win. What do you think goes down here tonight, Chris?
20-13 Pokes. I think the Pokes, they get Caleb Williams out of the pocket. I think they force him to throw on the run, and he's not been comfortable doing that. I think we see Spencer Rattler once or twice tonight. I think the Pokes got it. I think they're going to the college football playoff.
Can I reserve the right to change my mind 5 or 6 minutes into the ball game? Look, I have seen so many of these games, and I've seen so many where I thought OSU, if they weren't going to win, they were every bit as good as OU, and then it just doesn't play out that way. But I do think this Oklahoma State defense, so many men, 21, 22, 23-year-old guys.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be poised. I think they'll get the better of that OU offense. I think OSU has a path to victory here tonight. But I won't be surprised if the Sooners find a way to win Bedlam for the 91st time.
Wow.
TU with a monster game against SMU down in Dallas. That's going on right now. We're back to talk about that in just a bit.